There's two seats in the middle there.
Clemence will sit there.
Clemence is not here yet.
Yeah, she has to bring.
She what?
Has to bring bottle. Because for all the speakers that are here, she has to get on.
We're about ready to go. Are we going to wait for it?
Minutes. No, you can be that one.
No, I'm not going to be there.
Okay. Yes, I can do that.
All right. There are two or three seats up at the front, the third or fourth row there. Would you put your hand up if there's an empty seat beside you, please? Hands up if you're way up high. Put your hand up if there's an empty seat beside you. Maybe somebody can take it now. Put your hand up if there's an empty seat beside you, please. Okay, we got two down near the front here. 2 seats near the front. Is there one over there? Okay, though the front row is reserved. Okay. Well, you've arrived, at least most of you have. Welcome to the Vis East version number 23, and welcome to Hong Kong. Some of you got a hard head start on the festivities last night at the MAA, but I trust you have now recovered enough to have energy for what's to come. This year we have a record number of teams and of arbitrators, and we're always thrilled to have returning schools and just as happy to have new ones as well. On behalf of the Vis East team, Sherlyn and Maricel, that most of you have been writing to and talking to for the past few months, and myself, we are all very thrilled that you're here. To our students, the Mooties, you're Mooties now, this is all really about you. You've been working hard for 5 or 6 months now, and you've arrived for what we hope is going to be one of the most exciting weeks of your legal career. Those weeks of research and writing and practice, and the long hours in the library and the meetings to iron out the team's strategy and try out arguments and arrangements, and all the missed social and family events and the midnight deadlines, all of this has transformed you into a professional team. We know that and we respect that. And this is the week when all those months of work and sacrifice are going to pay off. This year, we had 176 teams register. Indeed, a record by far. Now, they were from 39 jurisdictions. Of those 176, 170 put in their claimant memorandum, without which they cannot proceed. So we had 170 teams, and as of this speech now, we have 161 left from 37 jurisdictions. All of you who are here, some of you more than others, know what it has taken to get here because of the current troubles in the Middle East. We've had a number of teams say that they simply couldn't get out of their countries or couldn't get to us. And we've lost several dozen arbitrators as well for the same reason. So we are very, very happy to have all of you here, and thank you for making the effort that it took sometimes to get here. We've got close to 1,500 people going in and out of the doors this week and registered for the arguments. And we count not only the arbitrators and the students, but also our sponsors and the people that help make this whole operation happen. Just a note about the arbitrators. Many of you have already responded very generously, saying that you would do more arguments than you had originally planned to, and we really do appreciate it. We're going to need everybody that we can get in order to keep our tradition of having excellent tribunals for every single argument. So if you haven't already signed on, if you're a coach and you haven't signed on to Arbitrator, please do sign on, get yourself an Arbitrator page and put a few slots in where you can arbitrate after your team has argued that day. I remind you that student coaches aren't eligible to arbitrate unless you're also qualified to practice law in some jurisdiction. So you Mooties are going to argue before distinguished arbitration practitioners who have come really from around the world. And they've come to judge you, but they've also come to offer you constructive comments about your presentation and how you can perfect it. You're going to find that some of them competed in a Vis Moot number 5 or number 10 or even 20 years ago. So we have Mooties who come back year after year because they know how important it is to give back once they've had the wonderful experience that you're going to have. The idea of the Moot was born 33 years ago, well, actually a bit more than that, it was the brainchild of some professors at Pace University, Al Kreitzer, Michael Schur, and Eric Bergsten. And Professor Bergsten is a name which is familiar to most of you because it was Eric Bergsten who stayed on to actually make the Vis happen, and he was a director of the Vis Moot in Vienna for 20 years until he retired. Now, 23 years ago, when I had my first Vis experience, I was so amazed by it. It was something I had never experienced before, and I thought it was just fabulous. But I also noticed that there were no Asians, or very, very few Asians in Vienna, and thus, after some discussion, and with support from Glenn Haley, who's in the room with me, and with the blessing of Eric Bergsten, the Vis East Moot was born 23 years ago. We had 14 teams then. So now, at 161. Now, we also have 14 teams that haven't yet registered. And so we may have more attrition than I've told you about. But right now, we're looking at 161. So next Sunday, one team from among all of you is going to accept the highest honor of the Vis East Moot, the Eric Bergsten Award for the team prevailing in the oral arguments. And other teams are going to receive the David Hunter Award for the Best Memorandum for Claimant, the Fally Nariman Award for the Best Memorandum for Respondent, and one outstanding speaker will be presented with the Neil Kaplan Award for the Best Oralist. The Spirit of the Moot Award is for the team that's overcome the most obstacles in order to get here this week, and I think it's going to be a very difficult decision this time. It's a special award because it's you, the students, who will nominate the team that you consider has overcome the most obstacles to get here. We encourage you to approach and befriend people who maybe don't look like you or don't dress like you, and who you might not otherwise meet except here. And how lucky are you? You'll be asked to fill out a little questionnaire, which you can you can scan the QR, and answer some questions that make a point of getting to know what other teams have had to do that perhaps you have not had to do. And no, do not nominate your own team. No matter how much you think you've suffered, you can't nominate your own team. You've got to find somebody else to do it. So, a word about the Vis East Capacity Building Program. This is a program that we started in 2014 in which we take a professional coaching team. We started in Cambodia for 3 years, and then we went to Myanmar for another 3 years, and then we went to Nepal. And to date, about 175 students have gone through that program, which includes a kind of a boot camp for international arbitration and international law generally, and then some arbitration practice, and then coaching on the then current new problem for the Vis. And we've had a number of new universities come from those countries as a result of that program, and we've interrupted it last year because we were going to go back to Nepal, and there was some unrest and the universities were closed, but we hope to resume that with the support of a brand new fund which will be established to encourage these students to have a Vis experience that they might otherwise not even know about. More about that later. And now, shifting in gear, I'm delighted to ask Hong Kong's Secretary for Justice, Mr. Paul Lam, to come to the stage. And following Mr. Lam's comments, we would like those in the front row that we've spoken to come up to the stage for a group photo with Mr. Lam. And after that, we're going to hear from some other supporters and friends. So, Mr. Lam, I give you the floor, please.
Ms. Barrington, Ms. Tong, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. On behalf of the Department of Justice of Hong Kong, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 23rd Willem Vis East International Commercial Arbitration Moot. Let me begin by expressing my sincere thanks to Vis East Moot Foundation for once again bringing this prestigious and vibrant event to Hong Kong. And this year, the moot has reached exciting new heights, bringing all together, and I think we have been told, more than 1,300 students and coaches from 161 university teams from 37 jurisdictions worldwide, alongside more than 500 professionals. I think it's unfortunate that, again, we have just been told that around 10 teams are unable to come here, and some arbitrators are also unable to be here because of what's happening in the Middle East. This is perhaps a very timely reminder of the importance of resolving international disputes of whatever nature by peaceful means, including arbitration. But in any event, the remarkable figures that I've just mentioned reflect the growing influence of the moot as a global platform for nurturing young legal talent and fostering the next generation of arbitration leaders. The moot is far more than a competition. It's a meaningful platform for learning, exchange, and collaboration. Each year, the moot program is designed around a different set of arbitral rules which govern the procedural aspect of the arbitration. And navigating through these diverse rules and not only enhance the students' ability to tackle the procedural complexities of international arbitration, but also enriches the understanding of different institutional practices, paving the way for the students to become highly adaptable practitioners in the globalized legal landscape. The moot problem this year concerns a fictitious and somewhat flagrant dispute arising from the agreement to sell orchids for producing vanilla, and yet the purchaser cannot obtain the import license given prohibition under International Trade Convention. The seller terminates the agreement, sells the orchids at a lower price, and claims damages for the price difference. The moot engages the SIAC arbitration rules with procedural issues such as disclosure of third-party funding and substantive questions on force majeure clause and damages under the Convention on International Sale of Goods. I'm sure that participating teams will find this moot problem intellectually challenging. The moot also provides a practical setting for students to engage with the harmonized legal text of UNCITRAL, including the Convention on International Sale of Goods and the New York Convention, both of which apply to Hong Kong. These instruments embody our shared commitment to international commercial law and dispute resolution, and they highlight Hong Kong's role as a jurisdiction that proudly embraces established global standards. As participants of the moot are looking ahead to your future careers, I want to impress upon you that Hong Kong continues to stand out as a leading international financial and trading center, underpinned by our strong rule of law, independent judiciary, and bilingual common law system. Under the principle of one country, two systems, Hong Kong remains to be the only common law jurisdiction within China. This unique position allows us to serve as a trusted hub for cross-border transactions and dispute resolution, offering robust legal protection to businesses and investors alike. Because of this foundational strength, Hong Kong is consistently ranked among the most preferred seat of arbitration globally. This enduring appeal is powerfully validated by the Hong Kong International Arbitration Centre's 2025 statistics, which recorded Hong Kong dollar 126.2 billion in dispute, which parties attempt to resolve by arbitration, drawing parties from 61 different jurisdictions, with over 84% of these arbitrations being international in nature, and an overwhelming 96.6% seated right here in Hong Kong. The global business community continues to demonstrate unwavering support and trust in our robust legal and infrastructure. Arbitral awards in Hong Kong are recognized and enforceable not only in our local courts, but also in the Chinese mainland and in over 170 jurisdictions which are parties to the New York Convention. Hong Kong is also the first and the only common law jurisdiction outside the Chinese mainland where parties to arbitral proceedings administered by designated institutions can apply directly to mainland courts for interim measures. This arrangement provides unparalleled protection and efficiency for parties engaged in arbitration here, making it an ideal environment for top-tier legal practice. And venturing into emerging domains, we launched the pilot scheme for sports dispute resolution last December with a view to extending the use of mediation and arbitration into the sports sector. The scheme aims to provide the sports sector with a fair, efficient, and convenient mechanism for resolving sport dispute, and began accepting case applications from 13th of February this year. And if the dispute are not resolved after parties' first attempt through the mediation, they may refer the dispute to arbitration under the scheme. The Department of Justice will continue to collaborate with the legal and sports sectors to organize promotional and training activities to further enhance public awareness of sport dispute resolution. We also encourage professionals from different fields to actively participate in and make further contributions to the development of sport industry and dispute resolution services in Hong Kong. These initiatives reflect our commitment to developing innovative mechanisms tailored to emerging areas of dispute resolution. In October 2025, we established a working group on arbitration law reform to advise on the legislative framework for arbitration in Hong Kong, including reviewing and making recommendations to amend our arbitration ordinance. This important exercise will ensure that our arbitration regime remain modern, robust, and aligned with international best practices, further consolidating Hong Kong's position as a leading international arbitration center that is ready for the future. As the participants embark on this year's Moot, I encourage all of you to seize the opportunity, not only to showcase your advocacy skill, but also to explore the rich professional and cultural experiences Hong Kong offers. Beyond the intensity of the competition, I hope you will take the time to discover and enjoy our city's dynamic energy, vibrant traditions, and diverse cuisines, perhaps starting from what the Vis East Moot Foundation has arranged here at the cocktail reception later tonight. I wish all participants of the Moot a rewarding and fruitful mooting journey. May all of you gain individual insights for your professional growth, forge lasting connections with peers and mentors around the world, and along the way, create lots of great memories in Hong Kong. And let us look forward to another successful year of the Moot. Thank you very much.
Bear with us, 2 minutes.
Okay, so I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Just before you leave, Mr. Lam, thank you again, not only for your speech, your gracious speech, but also for the wonderful support that the Government of Hong Kong Department of Justice has been giving to the Vis Moot. Thank you very much. Now, next on the agenda, I would like to invite to come to the stage a speaker from the Singapore International Arbitration Commission, Ms. Gloria Lim, who is the CEO, to say a few words for us.
Good evening, everyone. It is wonderful to be here with all of you. On behalf of the Singapore International Arbitration Center, I would first like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to the Vis East Moot organizers, Louis Barrington and Sherlyn Tung, and the entire team for their tremendous work in bringing together this remarkable community of students, arbitrators, coaches, and practitioners from around the world. This evening, I am joined by several members of the SIC team who have flown in, and I would especially like to acknowledge our court president, Ms. Lucy Reed, for being here with us. One of our two deputy registrars, Matthew Brown, is here as well, as will be our registrar, Vivekananda Nilakantan, who will be flying in later this week. There are also other members of the SIAC team from our Singapore and overseas offices here. So this is an extremely important event for us. We are honored that this year's moot problem features the SIAC rules and also has touches associated with Singapore, such as the orchids, which are our national flower. As many of you would know, we launched the SIAC Rules 2025 last year, introducing a unique range of procedural tools. This year is also especially meaningful for us as SIAC celebrates our 35th anniversary. As an international institution offering arbitration case management services worldwide, SIAC places great importance in creating platforms and initiatives that help build, support, and nurture the next generation of international arbitration practitioners. One such platform is the Young SIAC, or YSIAC for short, which brings together young lawyers and professionals from across the globe. Today, YSIAC have thousands of members from over 100 jurisdictions, and we hope that this platform will continue to provide the next generation of international arbitration practitioners and new entrants to the field opportunities to hone their skills, engage with experienced practitioners and arbitrators, and connect with like-minded peers. We have some SIAC and YSIAC activities on the calendar this week, and we warmly welcome everyone to join us. On the 18th of March, Wednesday, 6 p.m., there's a YSIAC event with a conversation with our president and our deputy registrar. And on the 20th of March, Friday, 5 p.m., there is an SIAC fireside chat with the Minister for Law and Second Minister for Home Affairs of Singapore, Mr. Edwin Tong, SC. For many law students, the Vis East Moot provides your first meaningful engagement with the practice of international arbitration. And we are heartened that SIAC and its rules form part of this journey. As many have said, the Moot experience is more than just a competition. It gives students the opportunity to engage with the wider arbitration community, to meet and learn from experienced practitioners and arbitrators, and to connect with fellow participants from all over the world. It is often at the Vis that lifelong friendships and meaningful connections are forged. I'm looking forward to interacting with everyone and seeing how the SIAC rules will be brought to life in the Moot problem. On behalf of SIAC, I wish all the teams, arbitrators, and coaches the very best in the rounds to come. And to the students here, I hope the coming days will be both memorable and enjoyable, and that your experience at this year's Vis East Moot will be one that you will carry with you throughout your careers. Thank you, and I hope everyone enjoys the evening.
Thank you, Ms. Lim. And I'd now like to invite the representative of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators in the person of Dr. Cesar Pereira, who is the president of the Worldwide Association, the Institute, and also, and before that, is a board member of the Vis East Moot Foundation. Cesar?
Hello, everyone. It's a huge pleasure and an honor to be here with you and address you on behalf of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. And I start by thanking Professor Louise Barrington, Sherlyn Tong, the whole Vis East team for all the work that they put into bringing us all together and making all of this possible. The experience that you start to have now is one that I personally cherish very much. I was here for the first time 15 years ago, exactly, in 2011. I had met Professor Barrington a little earlier than that at the ICA conference in Rio. We exchanged cards. She invited me to come here as an arbitrator. That was a remarkable experience. When I came here, Louise was the only person that I knew. I was the only Brazilian in the room. It was a lot smaller than this one, but it was still pretty big anyway. And I met here some of the people who made a world of difference in my professional life, starting with Professor Ingeborg Schwenzer, who became my personal mentor in that period. I have had a lot of different opportunities related to the Vis East and the Vis Moot, including the very special opportunity to be the father of a Mootie because my daughter was a Mootie 8 years ago, and she was exactly in the position that you are right now. And on behalf of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, which was through our East Asia branch, and Glenn is here to prove that, was at the inception of Vis East and has always been a strong supporter of this initiative. I encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity, learn and meet people, and be open to the opportunities that will come. One of those opportunities is the one that I would highlight to you right now, which is the opportunity to join the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators as a student member. As you may know already, the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators is the main, possibly the only professional organization globally in the ADR environment. We at the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators set professional standards for arbitrators, mediators, adjudicators. And not only we set those standards, but we enforce those standards. The Chartered Institute has become a global benchmark in the setting out and enforcing ethical and professional guidelines for arbitrators, mediators, and adjudicators. Not only that, the Chartered Institute, through its 44 branches all over the world, prepares, discusses, and disseminates guidelines relating to dispute resolution in general. And I'm sure all of you already know very well at least one of our guidelines, which are related to third-party funding. If you haven't heard about that one, and considering that the competition starts tomorrow, you're in big trouble. And so with that, I would really encourage you, all of you, to learn more about the Chartered Institute. Pay attention when you meet people. I saw that 15 years ago when I was here. At that time, the Chartered Institute was not in Brazil yet, but I saw that many people had FCIARB, MCIARB after their names. That got me curious. Luckily, Professor Claudio Filkenstein and some other Brazilians were persuasive enough to bring Professor Louise Barrington to Brazil in 2013, and she directed the first fellowship course in Brazil, which I was very lucky to be able to attend. Pay attention to that. Go online, learn more about the Chartered Institute, and enjoy very much your week here in Vis East. Good luck and have fun.
So Cesar was one of the star students at that first CIR course in Brazil, and many of those participants have been here since, and some are here now. And I think that many of the people in this room who are arbitrators or counsel got their start at the Chartered Institute. So it's a terrific opportunity. I'd like now to call on a representative of the Beijing Arbitration Commission and the Beijing International Arbitration Court, who is our platinum sponsor, the Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Jiang Yaoling. Please come to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. Dear competitors, every match this city come alive because of you. Over 100 teams from across the globe, each embracing the unique character of their tradition, gather here to engage in dialogue through the common language of arbitration. This is the very essence of international commercial arbitration at its finest. On behalf of Beijing Arbitration Commission, Beijing International Arbitration Court, I extend my warmest welcome and sincere greetings to all participating teams, coaches, arbitrators, and friends who support the Vis East Moot. Our relationship with the Vis Moot spans many years. We understand that for many in this room, this competition represents the first lesson in arbitration of your professional lives. Many on our BAC team began their journey here, transforming the sharp thinking and advocacy skills earned in this arena into the professionalism and the confidence they bring to practice today. The legacy of growth inspires our deep commitment to supporting this competition. Recent years, BAC has achieved two significant milestones. First, we have modernized our rules. Effective January 1st, 2026, our new international arbitration rules came into force, operating alongside our domestic arbitration rules to form a comprehensive 1+1+N framework. These new rules introduce third-party funding and earlier dismissal procedure, address electronic signatures and servers, and incorporate provisions on good faith and confidentiality, striking a better balance between procedural efficiency and party autonomies. We have simultaneously released the rules in 8 languages: English, Chinese, French, Russian, Arabic, Spanish, Japanese, and Korea. Removing language barriers is our understanding of what types of international means. Second, we have expanded our physical presence. Last November, we inaugurated the Beijing Hong Kong Center, our first overseas office and a critical step in our global strategy. The Hong Kong Center complements our Central Asia sub-commissions, one linking global resources to the south, the other extending westward along the Silk Road economic belt. Through these physical nodes, we aim to bring our services closer to where our users need them. Both initiatives share a common goal: to make arbitration services more industrial savvy, market responsible, and predictable. Dear competitors, in the days ahead, you will undergo intense preparations for your memoranda and oral arguments. Remember this feeling of nervous excitement, whether you become lawyers, arbitrators, or in-house counsels. The ability to think clear under pressure will be your most reliable asset. The doors of BAC Hong Kong Center are open to you. We look forward to the day when many of you return to us in different capacities. I wish you the best, very best of luck and unforgettable experience. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Jiang, for your speech and also for the continuing and very generous support of the Beijing Arbitration Commission. I remember in the 1990s when it was a fledgling organization, and now you've bloomed and grown, and thank you very much. Next on my list is a representative of an organization which will be very important to you after you leave at the end of this week, and that is the Moot Alumni Association. Everybody is a member of the Moot Alumni Association automatically when you join as an arbitrator or a student. But to tell you more about the organization, can I invite Dr. Naveen Ahuja to come and speak to you? There you are.
Good evening, everyone. How many of you have heard about the Moot Alumni Association, the MAA, before 5 minutes ago? Raise your hand. Clearly, our head of marketing has done an excellent job. Oh, wait, that's me. I'm kidding. My name is Naveen Ahuja. As the current co-president of the MAA, I learned this year that the word current is apparently ambiguous. I also authored a book, Taming the Gorilla in International Commercial Arbitration. I know some of you have cited my work in your arguments, for which I'm grateful. As the co-president of the MAA, I owe a huge thank you to Sherlyn Tung, our former president, for landing me this privilege. Speaking of presidents, one of our vice presidents, Fernanda Niemer, all the way from Brazil, is also in town. Fernanda, stand up and wave hello. Fernanda. Onde tu estás? Oh, there she is. A quick word about the MAA. It's not a mixed martial arts association, so there won't be any cage matches tonight. We're a non-profit organization founded in 1997 by some mooties, like many of yourselves. They wanted to stay connected and keep contributing after their stint at the Vis Moot in Vienna. Fast forward to today, and we have more than 5,000 members across the globe. Not bad for a bunch of mooties. How many of you are hoping to do well in the competition, to receive an honorable mention for your written memos and for your oral advocacy? Raise your hand. You may have come across our webinars on how to form a winning team, how to draft a persuasive memorandum for claimant and respondent, and how to ace the oral rounds. These are designed to help you succeed in the competition. Our premium members can still access those recordings on our website, and it's not too late to become a premium member. As we gather here tonight, I'm reminded of the words from the late Professor Eric E. Bergston. This experience is going to change your life, he said. You might make a lifelong friend, meet your future partner. You might even discover your perfect career path. For me, what started as a competition has transformed into a calling that brings me back here year after year. It is with this sentiment in mind that I encourage each and every one of you to make the most of the MAA events lined up for the week. We already kicked things off last night with a welcome party sponsored by A&O Sherman and Dahui Lawyers. And today we had the 20th annual MAA Generations in Arbitration Conference hosted at Withers Worldwide with Miss Lucy Reed delivering the keynote. And I'm going to ask you 3 quick questions. How many of you are current or former coaches? Raise your hand. How many of you are sitting as arbitrators in the competition? How many of you are former mooties who are not competing this year? Wow, okay. So if you raise your hand at least once, on Monday, that's tomorrow, we have our Alumni Networking Evening, graciously hosted at A&O Sherman. It's a perfect chance to mingle over drinks, canapé, with the alumni of the MAA and the Vis East. How many of you are in Hong Kong for the first time? Wonderful. Welcome to Hong Kong. Here are four events to pay attention to. It's not the end, sorry. Every night this week, except for Saturday, we'll be hosting a hangout at China Bar, which is this year's Moot Bar, open to anyone associated with the Vis East. It's a casual, great opportunity to unwind with your fellow Mooties, coaches, and arbitrators. On Tuesday, we have a nations party at the Moot Bar where you dress up in your own national costume. Now, being born in Hong Kong, ethnically Indian, a British citizen, and living in Singapore, that's a tough decision to take. On Wednesday, we have an antique open deck tram tour. It's an opportunity to appreciate the dazzling lights of Hong Kong at night. Just remember to bring your own drinks. And after that, we'll be seeing you at the Happy Valley horse races with a complimentary admission and complimentary drink, thanks to the Vis East Moot Foundation. You need your QR code. Read your emails. Last but not least, on Saturday, we have the MAA farewell party, sponsored by A&O Sherman and Dahui Lawyers, at Terrible Baby. Yes, it's a real place, and no, I didn't make that up. Now, folks, I promise I'm not trying to win an award for the best monologue. Before I wrap up, there's one last thing I'd like to share with you. This might surprise you as I stand here on stage with my magnetic charm, but actually, I'm an introvert. When my twin daughters were born, my wife said, "Hey, now you've tripled your friend circle." It was only a few years ago I realized how important it is to network and speak on stage. Making an active decision to put myself out there has completely changed the opportunities that have come my way. So, regardless of whether you're an introvert, you're jet lagged, or you're just focused on winning the competition, get involved. Go to the events. We have limited tickets. Don't sit back thinking it'll be fine. You can't later argue that this was unavoidable, unforeseeable, or beyond your control. The connections and progress you'll make, both from a personal and professional standpoint, depend on you. Get involved. On behalf of the MAA, once again, welcome and have a blast this week. Thank you.
Without the MAA, you wouldn't be having half as much fun at night. So take advantage of it. Well, we're here to celebrate your presence, the work that you've done, the awards you're going to win, the experiences that you're going to have. But we're also going to take a moment to observe some sad events that have happened in the past year since we last gathered here in Hong Kong. We've lost 3 very important people from our Vis East Moot community, and so we're going to take a moment to remember them. The first, Professor Peter Rhodes, who was the longtime coach of the Chinese University of Hong Kong team, passed away last year, and his daughter, Jean Rhodes, is here to say a few words about her father.
Sorry, this is a tough speech to give y'all, and I'm a transactional lawyer, so give me some grace. It is a great honor to speak about my incredible father, Professor Peter Rhodes. and his participation in both the Vis East and Vis Vienna. Peter became a part of both Vis competitions in 2006, so the early days, as coach of the Chinese University of Hong Kong teams. Though Peter had never been part of a moot, his beloved mootees can guess his response when called upon by the dean. Challenge accepted. Peter was passionate about the Viz and believed it was a tremendous opportunity for his students to put their legal knowledge in context, but more importantly, develop life skills and values that would serve them well no matter where they found themselves. A key belief Peter held was that attitude is more important than ability. If someone came to him ready to roll up their sleeves, to learn, dare to give things a go, listen with humility, and put the good of the group first, as he often said, "It's we before me," then he would mentor them diligently. Peter was devoted to his students and felt every triumph and disaster with them. Though a natural leader, Peter at heart saw himself as no better than anyone else and just another member of the team, and just one of y'all. Never asking anyone to do more than he was willing to do in return, Peter always showed up for his family, and that included the Vis family. He had an unparalleled capacity to quietly lift each person around him up, offering a shoulder for the tough moments, a word of encouragement to restore a mootee's confidence if they stumbled, and opening his home for various events to ensure the Vis team knew they really were family. Showing up also meant countless memo revisions from the original horrible first draft with black pen everywhere, like a modern artwork, long practices, and posing tricky questions to ensure every member would be prepared and justifiably sure of themselves, nimble and innovative on their feet. Every year, he'd be right there in the trenches with the group, staying up late before deadlines, sneaking a cheeky McFlurry at every chance in practices, happily texting everyone he knew about how the competition was progressing in real time, and of course excitedly fulfilling his role as an unofficial ambassador for his hometown Hong Kong and then Vienna. Peter took so much joy in getting to present top Hong Kong talent to the truly international gathering that is the Viz. Peter translated a big, mysterious world for his students into a language of possibility and marvels, and equipped them with the skills to allow them to flourish within it. Peter emphasized to his students how lucky they were to broaden their horizons by engaging with different perspectives and people from other cultures and places firsthand. He would note often that the Vis family were able to connect with and learn from peers from places that they would otherwise never have the privilege of getting to know. For example, Afghanistan, Argentina, Mozambique, Ukraine, etc. In his eyes, it was such an honor for all participants to have a chance to transform studying international law into a true international education and a life-changing experience. Peter became a father figure to a multi-generational Vis family and fast friends with many coaches and practitioners. So he was able to see 19 generations until last year, and he absolutely loved them. He celebrated milestones of his members, including many graduations, bar admissions, and weddings, and visited fellow coaches in many of their home countries. The close-knit nature of the teams, the long-standing bonds CUHK built with other universities, pun intended, wherever bond is, and CUHK's outstanding results speak for themselves about the sort of coach he was, about the sort of person he was. The Vis family knows that awards did not define success to Peter. As he said, winning is nice, but really it is not everything, no matter what Vince Lombardi says. But really, it was seeing his students' growth and being a part of their lives, very often for much longer than the moot, that was the real win to him. To sort of express this better than me, I invite Alex, one of his mootees, to read a few memories from former Vis members.
Quote, "Many things Peter did, he did not get paid extra. He just did it because he thought it was good for the team. His commitment to others were remarkable and refreshing. His investment into success and growth of others is one that does not make economic sense. It can only be explained by love, unquote. Quote, he opened many, many doors for many family members, from lobbying hard for the team to pre-moot at the Vienna Supreme Court, to references where I understand in these references, he would always make it sound like such members would rule the world one day. He was there to support all of us, no matter what we do, unquote. Quote, like any true father, he was always very invested in our life, happiness, and well-being, unquote. And finally, quote, the Vis was the most transformative experience of our legal education. He made us better lawyers, better team players, and better people, unquote.
It has meant so much to our family, and especially my mom, Connie, who wishes she could be with you today, to know that Peter's friends, students, and colleagues loved and appreciated him as fiercely as he did them. Peter was exceptional, and there were many paths he might have taken given his abilities. He chose, though, to dedicate himself to his passion and calling to better and support the Hong Kong legal community. He selflessly gave the best of himself again and again to endless young generations of lawyers so that they could step into this noble profession with confidence and integrity. The Vis to Peter, as many others have remarked, was far more than a competition, but a way to crystallize a sense of teamwork, fairness, respect, courage, critical thinking, and loyalty that could guide mootees for the better throughout their lives. Peter is a titan in so many realms, but the Vis and being the head of his Vis family was the highlight of his storied career. I cannot express how fully he loved and was so proud of each of his mootees. Seeing a new CUHK team here with a past generation leading them as coaches is the perfect embodiment of his legacy. He always said that each of his generation stands on the shoulders of giants, and the way these coaches picked up his responsibilities with no hesitation and with so much grace demonstrates this continuing. He would be so impressed with each of you and how you are using your precious time and energy to ensure a new generation has this gift of being part of such an amazing competition. I hope that each of you continue to add to the spark that Peter Rhodes gave to you and think of him often. Hold the lessons he gave his life sharing close and let his be a light that never goes out.
And breakfast, moot breakfast, is not ever going to be the same without Connie and Peter. Next, we'd like to remember another great contributor to the moot. His name is not perhaps familiar to as many of you because his tenure with us was shorter. Yashraj Samat was a mootee first, and then he came back to give back to the community. No. Yes. He came back to give back to the community which had given him so much, the Vis Moot. He joined the Moot Alumni Association, became part of its core group, and we have a couple of videos about Yash to remember him.
It is difficult to believe that Yashraj is no more with us. I am really grateful to Vis Moot for commemorating his memory. I have been knowing Yashraj since he came to meet me before joining me as a law clerk and research assistant. Always vibrant, always cheerful, and really a great asset. He has worked with me on many, many important matters, assisted me in very important judgments. And when I came to know that he was hospitalized, it was difficult to believe. I was in Goa when I came to know. I went to the hospital while coming back from Goa. And we always prayed, all of us prayed and hoped that he will come out of the episode and again start his career. But the destiny had something else in mind. But though he lived a short life, it's always said that it is not important as to how long you live, but how you live. In the short period that he lived, he has given us such memorable memories. He has authored 2 books, a great achievement to have achieved in a short span of life. He has so many admirers, so many persons who live him, who love him, and who miss him. May God rest his peace and soul.
Shook us to our core, but we are hopefully looking at celebrating him through these kind of programs and through participation in this community. We are very pleased to have Senior Advocate Shri Rajshekhar Rao, who has been Yashraj's mentor and under whom Yashraj was working. Sir.
Thank you, Vis, for doing this. He is family, and this family, as you can see from his photograph, has a tradition of being a happy family. He remains with us notwithstanding the fact that he's not there. I mean, on behalf of all of us, we have a notorious tradition of punning. So therefore, thank you, Vis, for making sure that Yashraj will remain visible forever. Thank you ever so much. This really, really means a lot.
And we hope that the Vis community keeps on encouraging young talent, just like Yashraj wanted young talents to thrive, and he always encouraged them to do better. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Yash. We miss you.
We love you. We love you.
We love you.
Yash was 29 years old. And we have a third person who left us, my dear friend, Karen Mills, and I'd like to ask Glenn Haley, also a dear friend of Karen's, to come and say a few words about her.
Hello, everybody. So Karen Mills, I've only got a few minutes. I can't possibly hope even to scratch the surface of what a wonderful and rich life she had, what a wonderful person she was, and what her many varied and great contributions were to the arbitration communities of which she was a part. Arbitral Women, the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, the Vis East Moot, all of those she gave a wonderful contribution to, and everything, every organization of which she was a part, she was a wonderful contributor and a wonderful friend and colleague to have. All of those who knew her will remember that wonderful look she would give you when you were trying to explain something to her, and she was far too nice to say that you were wrong. She wouldn't say it that quickly, but you could just tell by that wonderful look on her face that she was about to explain to you a better way to think about what you were dealing with. She was a wonderful friend and a wonderful confidant, but she was not slow to express her opinion to you. And so that's what made her a wonderful contributor and confidant to have. You heard earlier tonight about the capacity building project, and Karen was a great supporter of that. And to recognise her many and varied contributions, it has been decided that going forward, that capacity building project will be named in honour of Karen, which I think is a wonderful and fitting tribute to her many and varied contributions. So it will be the Karen Mills Capacity Building Fund will be set up to fund that into the future. And so all of those who have any way of controlling or contributing to or influencing the purse strings when the requests come to assist in that funding for this wonderful project, please do contribute. As Louise said, she was a wonderful friend to us, and it's hard to think she's not here tonight, although I'm sure she's looking down on us all with that quizzical look, wondering, please do better, please do your best. Now, I know that this is a somber moment to remember Karen, but she wouldn't want it to pass like that. And so I do just want to record, as I do every year, from those humble start we had 23 years ago, where there were just 14 teams. Every time I come to this opening and I look out on this room, and I just think to myself, wow, look at where we've got to in 2026. Just how this competition has grown, this wonderful event. And so all of you who have made your way here, please give yourselves a big round of applause, and thanks for coming to Hong Kong. And so welcome to our home in Hong Kong. Please do treat it as your home for the week. As the Secretary for Justice said, and as the MMA would like to say, although the competition, of course, must be your first focus, please don't let it be your sole focus. This is a wonderful town, and so please get out and have some fun and enjoy what Hong Kong has to offer. We love having you here. Please pass the word and make sure that we have as big a turn-up every year. Thank you to Louise and to Sherlyn and to everyone involved in organising this. And thank you to you for making it here. And so let's make Karen proud of what this is going to be this year. Thank you, everybody.
Karen had planned to be here tonight. I'm now going to switch gears again and ask our CEO, Sherlyn Tung, to continue with the housekeeping.
Thank you. So those of you standing in the back, we did warn you, come early. Seats are limited. Bear with us. We probably have about 10 to 15 more minutes. But before we proceed, I know tonight's been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. Probably 70% of you didn't meet the wonderful people that we have basically just given a memorial to. But I think it's a testament to how the Vis Moot, Vis East, really is a family, because you will be forever remembered and you will make forever friends. So just recognize that the three individuals that we just highlighted are one of many that are a part of this world forever. And we're going to continue with that path. And so, again, bear with me. I'm going to invite Miss Clemence, I got that right? Yeah. To speak about a very special individual, which the Vis East never would have happened without. And without further ado,
good evening. It is a real pleasure to be here tonight on behalf of Youth Mundi, a longtime supporter of the Vis and Vis East Moots, to present the Liber Amicorum in honor of Louise Barrington. It feels especially fitting to launch it here at the opening ceremony of the Vis East Moot, the competition Louise herself created. After all, none of us would be in this very room tonight if it weren't for her. And that is what the book is about. It is a tribute to one of the most respected and influential figures in international arbitration, and to someone whose impact goes far beyond her own career. Louise has helped shape this field through her commitment to diversity, legal education, and mentorship. International arbitration is, at its best, a very special community, built not only on excellence, but also on internationalism, connection, and the passing on of knowledge and opportunity from one generation to the next. Louise has embodied those values throughout her career and has helped make this community what it is today. For instance, by co-founding Arbitral Women, she helped advance gender diversity in arbitration. And through the creation of the Vis East Moot, she opened the door for generations of students and practitioners from all around the world to gain practical experience and enter this field. This book is therefore a testament to that legacy, bringing together contribution from leading voices from across the profession that Louise helped make more inclusive, connected, and supportive of future generations. And for that, we thank you, Louise. Finally, this book is a reflection of the values Youth Mundi is proud to champion in the arbitration community, as well as a tribute we are honored to publish. I invite you to read it on Youth Mundi, where it is already freely available to all. I would also like to take a moment to thank those who helped bring this publication to life. To the 35 authors, some of whom are here with us this evening, thank you for your thoughtful work and generosity with time. Your contributions are themselves a testament to the admiration Louise inspires across the field. Thank you to Charlene Tong, whose vision and commitment made this book possible, and whose choice to publish it with Youth Mundi means a great deal to us and to me personally. Like many others in this field, I have benefited from the community Louise helped build, and I know that so many of the opportunities we value in this profession exist because of people like Louise, created and championed them. So Louise, it is my great honor to present you with this book, with our gratitude and our deepest respect. Thank you.
I'm not surprised because they told me about it last year, but I am incredibly moved, and I thank Charlene, Clémence, and I can't believe, did you say 35 people who have contributed to this book? Thank you so much.
Ooh, so you still have somebody here to talk. I'm sorry, this kind of comes the boring but important part. To all of my teams who have not yet registered with Maricel, which, by the way, before I continue, can everybody in this room please give Miss Maricel Somerville a round of applause? Because to be real, she's the real boss. Don't piss her off. Can cause a lot of trouble. But for the 14 teams that haven't registered, please do make sure that you register with the Vis East Center before your first round. Otherwise, I will happily take you off of the list so that I need less arbitrators. Next, I get to deal with housekeeping. There's a lot. Let's start with scouting. Everyone knows. Please don't scout. look at the rules. Every single person in this room who is a part of a team, you've gone through law school or you're in the process of law school. You want to be a lawyer or be in the legal industry or have a job that, your legal career will assist you with. First rule, something I always tell my teams, read the rules. Don't email us with questions that can be answered in the rules. For those of you that have done that, you've received a response that said, please read the rules. Scouting is quite important though, because that will be reasons for disqualification of a team. Sometimes it's inadvertent, sometimes it's not. We don't like the latter. Do not end up sending any of your team members or family or friends to a round where somebody you will be competing against here in Hong Kong or in Vienna, because if it is discovered, you will be automatically disqualified. Let's try to avoid that, teams. One other thing that I would add, recording. You are not allowed to record any session, any oral arguments. Most importantly, I don't want to see a phone or recording device that is left in the hearing rooms while the tribunal is deliberating. In real life, deliberations are confidential. The moot is trying to give you an experience of the real life. Don't do it. Not only will you be automatically disqualified, I will never forget you. Next, team bags. Please do look through those amazing bags that you've gotten. We've got a lot of goodies for both arbitrators and teams. So since Naveen, so wonderful, where are you, Naveen? So wonderfully promoted the MAA event on Monday, I'm gonna go and promote the Withers event on Monday. I'm just saying. Anyways, we have a whole list of events from various firms, organizations, and sponsors that are open to arbitrators. Some are open to students. Take a look. Please take part. The Singapore International Arbitration Center has been a huge, huge supporter of the Vis East and the Vis Vienna. Obviously, their rules are being used, but they've gone to I personally think, over and beyond, and have put on a number of events as well. Check out the calendar of events that is available online. Teams and arbitrators who haven't downloaded this wonderful Vis East Moot app yet, do it now, because everything is going to be at the tip of your fingers. And to be fair, if you send us an email sometime this week, Maricel and I are not going to have a chance to properly respond. Most of the answers to any questions that you will have will be on this app, including all of the amazing events that are taking place. We've got 2 to 3 events every night. For the teams, yes, you should study, yes, you should prepare for your arguments, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Go to the Moot Bar. Arbitrator packs, I'm not going to go over. You know you need to register early. Badges are important this year. So for those of you that have your badges, we have managed to wrangle from the Hong Kong Tourism Board a number of discounts for those that can just present the badges. So if it's your first time in Hong Kong or your 10th time in Hong Kong, why would you not take advantage of a discount? All of the discounts are listed on the website and in your app, but you mostly will need your badge to do it. Technically speaking, the West Wing, because it is a government entity, government building, they're supposed to not let you in if you don't have your badge. I suspect they're gonna let you in if you look like you're part of the group, but it's nice to wear the badge because you're gonna look cool. There are dots on the badges, so for the teams, you wanna pay particular attention. Anybody who has a badge and has a blue dot, it's still blue, right? A blue dot, they're arbitrators. Be nice. Don't forget, we have long memories. Anybody who has a yellow dot is a coach, but they could also be an arbitrator, so they would have a yellow dot and a blue dot. Still be nice. Anyone with an orange dot, be extra, extra nice to them because it's thanks to them you're here. Those are sponsors. Red dots, those are the most important because that's us. That's staff and volunteers. You piss us off, we're going to send you to the wrong room. Don't piss us off. Okay, so what else this is a very long list, Louise. Scheduling, so for the teams, we do have to apologize, and also for the arbitrators. This year has been particularly tumultuous. Again, thanks to a particular individual who 2 years in a row has managed to influence this Vis East. I'm sure he had no intention to do so. But because of the issues that are going on, we've had a number of teams that have had to drop and a number of arbitrators that have to drop. So teams that are dropping means that we have to repair. And when we repair, that means certain pairings are going to be deleted, new pairings are going to be added. So you're going to get different hearings for the teams. Please pay attention to your team account. Sometimes you might be inadvertently scheduled 2 rounds at the same time. We didn't mean it. Just send us an email and we'll fix it. For the arbitrators, if your round gets deleted and you get a new round, it's probably going to be at a time that you weren't available. Again, we didn't mean it. Just let us know and we'll fix it. But please do pay particular attention because there's a number of changes that are going to take place tomorrow. Locations, everyone come to Justice Place. Also, please don't be too loud. This year, for those of you that are returnees, ICC Cafe is on the first floor because we can't fit all of you on the second floor. But we still have the souvenirs and we have the everything, so you've got basically the whole building to yourself. Now, I can end, right? Finally, if you want tickets to the seafood gala or the gala luncheon, you can purchase them online or you can purchase them in person. Have fun, do what you're going to do. Please make forever friends. This is really a family. If you haven't joined the Moot Alumni Association yet, and I'm sure Naveen's speech has convinced you, if that hasn't worked, my speech will convince you because you will find forever friends, a profession, and a forever life. So, without further ado, I think I'm done. I don't have to do anything else. Please enjoy our welcome ceremony with the drinks and the food and get to know one another. If you're an arbitrator with more availability, come see me. No, we are not done. Ellie and Johnny, let in the surprise. I should have remembered this. What? Lion dance. My bad. It's not like I haven't done this enough. guys. Oh, sorry. Drinks and food. Enjoy. Everyone who has an 8:30 a.m. round, come to the Vis Center at 8.